Hello, everyone. It is Adina. Welcome to Beyond the Veil. I am sitting here with my coat covering my lap so I can sit Indian style without showing my chocha. So I am going to do a little reading as a continuation of the one I did on Zeus Network. I'm going to read Natalie Nunn just because I'm curious. And I'm going to try to make this one quick. Natalie is another one that I don't know much about other than the fact that she used to be on Bad Girls Club. That's a show I didn't really watch even in its heyday. And I know she's one of the top dogs on Baddies. That's a show that I don't watch currently. But because I kind of picked up on her energy when I did the Zeus reading earlier, I thought I'd do a continuation into her. So without further ado, let me just call up Miss Natalie Nunn. Natalie. Natalie. Natalie Nunn. Natalie Nunn. Natalie. Natalie Nunn. Natalie. Natalie Nunn. Okay. She is not hard to fetch. Natalie Nunn, what is currently going on with you in your life, in your personal life, in your career? What does your soul have to bear? I ask that my spiritual courts guide me through this reading, increase my insight, and allow nothing to be hidden from me. Natalie Nunn, what is going on with you currently over at Zeus, and even in your personal life, if it's relevant? Natalie Nunn. This is the card that was in Zeus Network's recent past energy when I did their reading. And since she has such a prominent role at Zeus, I would imagine that she is involved in whatever this matter was. I don't know if this is some kind of violent situation or something a little bit more serious than violence, like SCX or something worse than that. I'm not sure yet, but it's in Natalie's current energy. Challenging her is the Fool in reverse. I think based on what I know of Natalie Nunn, this is pretty accurate from what I know to her of her to be. Her behavior as a baddie, what it means to be a baddie, to be reckless in every sense of the word. And I think that the problem is that she has to foster this environment in order for her and Zeus to be successful. I think in the past, though, they've crossed the line. I think in the recent energy, in the recent past, they've crossed the line in some way. And it's something that they're currently still dealing with. I think part of it is because Natalie Nunn is the ringleader of whatever it was that caused them to cross the line, because she's in charge of the girls over at Zeus. And so whatever behaviors we see them taking part of on the show, Natalie is in charge of making sure, being the ringleader of this. It's like she's the master of control chaos. But that's in her challenging position. Interesting cards. The first three cards so far are major arcanas. In her recent past, the devil in reverse. So I think this may have something to do with those allegations that the recent cast member that they let go, Stunner Girl. I don't know if she left the show on her own or if they decide to part ways with her, but whatever the case, she's not on the show anymore. And she made a lot of accusations about the guy, the owner of Zeus, Lemuel, I guess that's his name, and Natalie Nunn, and some of their relationships with some of the girls on the show. I think that more than just the drama online that we saw as a result of those accusations, I think that they had deeper ramifications behind the scenes. In the near future, I see Zeus continuing, or Natalie continuing, to be reckless in some way. Something she's getting ready to do or say is going to be reckless. And for it to come out in this reading with the energy that's already out, it's not just regular baddie reckless. It's something damaging to her, and I think to the Zeus brand. Whether they're able to gloss over it or not, I would like to say I get the energy of letting one's power and authority get to their head. But keep in mind that this is a night. So even if Natalie feels like she's the big dog, when it comes to the bigger picture at Zeus, she's just the foot soldier. She's just a foot soldier. It's the ones who run the show and the coin and the business of Zeus that are the kings and the emperors and the empresses at Zeus. And Natalie, that's what your problem is in the near future, is that the position that they've given you, the authority that they've given you, has already gone to your head, and you're going to continue to move in a way that's damaging to you and to the brand because of that. As above, death in reverse. You have a problem with letting well enough alone. Whatever damage was done, you should let it go, but you can't let it go. Again, I get the energy of sabotage, self-sabotage, but overall sabotage, because your self-sabotage affects the brand of Zeus. Knight of Cups in reverse, I think that allegedly some kind of substance has something to do with what goes on at Zeus. I think it has something to do with the behaviors of the castmates and the characters and the employees at Zeus. I think that they are all, or most of all of them, partaking in some sort of substance, whether it be alcohol or otherwise. And I think that that's also something that's fostered there in the environment in order to keep that organized chaos. Or I think that they think it's organized chaos, but it's not. It's not organized chaos. It's just chaos. In Natalie's advice or current actions position, there is some sound advice in the form of something tangible that Natalie is currently turning down. I don't know if this is an opportunity that's come in from somewhere outside of Zeus that Natalie feels like she's too good or too big for. But because it's here in the reading, there may be a chance that she can come to regret not taking this opportunity in the long run. In the event that her position at Zeus is compromised and she needs any other opportunity that she can get. External energy, I think that Natalie could possibly be facing a potential for demotion or being let go in some capacity. And I think that if it is, it's to save Zeus and to save the brand and to save whatever it is they're trying to do. And based on my previous reading of Zeus, I think that they're trying to clean up things enough to get investors or to sell the company. Hopes and fears. Natalie is concerned about her position. She's concerned about her position because she's concerned about her finances. There may have already been some conversations with her about her behavior as the one in charge of the girls, as the ringleader. I think it could possibly have to do also with what I mentioned in her near future, her self-sabotaging behavior because of her authority, but also because of substance. I get substance abuse, allegedly, in the energy. And I get nobody can tell me nothing. And that is a problem. It's going to be a problem in the near future. Because I'm Natalie Nunn. Outcome, judgment in reverse. Natalie Nunn, whatever happens, you are going to regret it. This is beyond just Five of Cups regret. This is, I had every opportunity to make a different decision. They talked to me about this. There were, this is a long way in the making. And whether she admits it publicly, whether she takes on a defensive stance outwardly, she will know that whatever judgment in reverse befalls her, it's her fault. That's the outcome. Ten of Pentacles in reverse on the bottom. I see something about them trying to work with her about cleaning up some of the behavior amongst the castmates. I think that they approached Natalie as the one in charge of the girls and as the executive or whatever position that she holds. They was giving her the opportunity to be the Queen of Swords, but the behavior that she keeps displaying is the Knight of Swords in reverse. Even if she was the Queen of Swords in reverse, it would be better than the Knight of Swords in reverse, because whatever position she's in, she's expected to be a queen, a businesswoman first. But she's been acting like some of the other, getting too involved in the same behavior in some of the castmates. It's hard to differentiate her as the boss and somebody who's just there as somebody that's just supposed to be on hands producing. She is getting too caught up in the drama and the affairs. A lot of it has to do with drugs, allegedly, or some kind of substance. And I think that they've been coming to her, they meaning Zeus, and trying to get her to be more responsible so that they can clean up the network and handle business. But she continues, Natalie, continues to be a liability. Strength in reverse. See, I think this is one of the castmates that is no longer on the show. I get Stunner Girl. I think that they wanted to bring her in the inner folds. I think that they wanted Stunner Girl in a different way. And I think Stunner Girl refused because she might have felt like she was bigger, better than just being underneath them, or them bringing her in so that they can, give her the illusion of some kind of power, because they would have given her some kind of power or clout, maybe made her the new Krishan, but like in a Stunner Girl way, but gave her that new position that Krishan no longer holds. Stunner Girl, I get she felt like she was better than that on her own. She didn't need them. But I get the owner, maybe Lim, and Natalie had plans for Stunner Girl. And they were doing things. They were exposing their hand to try to bring her in the inner fold. But you see how I just accidentally knocked that out of my hand? She knocked that opportunity, that cup that they were offering. She knocked it out. She didn't want to take it. And I think that they had plans to maybe try to pimp her out. I think that they do that over at Zeus, allegedly. And I think that they were going to give her some kind of head position amongst the other girls, under Natalie, but above the other girls. I think that this is what they do to put you on. This is what you do to get put on. Stunner Girl turned it down. She didn't want to do it. She didn't care to do it. She felt like she was better than that. Better than being prostituted, allegedly. So what happened was she walked away from the show. They parted ways. Not on good terms, because I think that they felt a way about her turning down whatever they were trying to throw at her. She didn't do it graciously. I think that there were words exchanged her way. She could have cussed them out. She could have went off on them. I get the guy Lim and Natalie. And I think that Natalie could have possibly, Lim could have possibly wanted to handle it diplomatically, like for the sake of the business. Let Stunner Girl turn us down, talk her shit. That's fine. She's gone. We can move past it. But I think Natalie could have been the one to get on her high horse, get on her Natalie Nunn, her bad girl, her baddie-ish. Stoke the flames with Stunner Girl, which could have possibly provoked Stunner Girl to come out and expose them the way she did. Which is why Natalie has the full in her reverse as her challenging position, because I think that Lim, if that's his name, wanted to handle it in a diplomatic way. Let it go. Let whatever happen, whatever exchange happen, let it go. I think that she wanted more money than what they were willing to offer her on their best day. Because of what they wanted her to do behind the scenes, she felt like, if that's what y'all want me to do in this industry, because I know what goes on in the industry, if that's what y'all want me to do, you're going to have to pay me a lot more money than you offered anybody else, than you offer Natalie. I think Lim might have wanted to, but he knew that he couldn't because of Natalie. I think he may have been willing. I think behind the scenes, Lim really wanted Stunner Girl. I think that there's a possibility that he may have been thinking about it business-wise. The shakeup may have done some good, especially because it would have been Stunner Girl that they would have started to position. And I get that this would have been gradual. So they would have gradually eased Stunner Girl in as the new it girl and transition Natalie out. I think that they were looking at the trajectory of the brand and thinking that Stunner Girl might be the new fresh replacement for whatever Natalie represents to Zeus in front of and behind the scenes. But I think that Lim and the powers that be over at Zeus foresaw the battle that they would have had to fight with Natalie Nunn before she let that takeover go down easily. Near future. What is Natalie going to do? The Magician in reverse, the Four of Wands, and the Six of Cups in reverse. I wonder if this is going to be something that Natalie did a while ago over at the network, and they may have possibly been able to get her out of it by way of maneuver and manipulation. And because of something she says or does, it will bring it back up, allegedly. Again, I see a concern about her and possibly other castmates' behavior while they are intoxicated, allegedly. Let me look into this magician. I don't know if this is a conflict between Natalie and Mrs. Zeus, the wife of Zeus. I don't know if in the past she was willing to overlook something, possibly Natalie and Lem's inappropriate dealings and relations amongst themselves and amongst the other girls together for the sake of business. However, I think that Natalie could possibly let her position there get to her head and buck at Mrs. Zeus and cause her to have to defend her position as Mrs. Zeus. And it could bite Natalie in the behind, possibly. It's something that I think that someone, possibly Mrs. Zeus, doesn't say, or again overlooks, chooses not to bring up for the sake of not wanting to disturb business. Because she knows if she talks about it, if she brings it up and brings up the fact that it bothers her, then she could lose her standing. It could cause her husband to feel like, I'm going to get rid of you if you start nagging too much and interfering with business. So she feels like, because she might have felt she's a little bit disposable or less important, less prioritized in some regards. In some situations, she doesn't say or she doesn't vocalize or express when certain things bother her. However, I think Natalie, possibly in the near future, could overstep boundaries in a way that will cause the wife to be like, okay, now I am going to assert my position or else. And I think that could possibly Mr. Zeus, Lem, or whoever is in charge could then side with Mrs. Zeus because they're tired of Natalie. I think that something was successfully handled or temporarily handled for now, but it looks like if everybody just if everybody just chill, go along with the plan, let us take care of things, everything will be all right. Natalie, you gotta chill. Natalie in the near future could possibly not chill. All right. Natalie, you are limiting yourself because you are going to lose in some kind of way over at Zeus. And because you are limiting yourself to opportunities that are being offered to you and turning them down or missing them, you're going to regret that because you're going to need those coins. The Hangman and your external. It's like you've done a good job with the Hangman at the network. You've made them a lot of money. You've done what was needed to be done at the network, but you're becoming a liability legally. And they've given you a lot of effort, a lot of opportunities to clear up a lot of whatever issues they have with you that you start or that you don't know how to mediate. You don't have the skills as a leader to mediate. Because you do start stuff, you get, like I said, you get too involved in the stuff that's for castmates and employees beneath you. You don't know how to boss up when it's time to boss up. You just like to wear the boss title. But when it matters to the people who it matters to, You don't measure up to a boss. And I think that you've brought the network good results, but you're too much of a liability at this point. So in your outcome with the Judgment reverse, I see that you could possibly be demoted from a position that you have, or you could be financially demoted or let go altogether. It's a Tower moment. I don't know if you're going to have to leave the network, but you will definitely, and I don't know if they will even announce it publicly. They may let you have, grant you the grace of being quiet about this, or making it seem one way, making it seem like you're leaving on your own. And if you want to come back, you can. I don't know if you're gonna say that you wanted more money, but or they couldn't afford you anymore or something like that. But I think that, Natalie, you could avoid lose your position on the show altogether, like leave baddies, or you could lose your title, whatever it is, whatever position that you hold at Zeus. Even if you stay on the show, even if you don't leave the show altogether, whatever big boss hog dog title, you're going to lose it. And they're going to allow you to make it seem like it wasn't them demoting you or kicking you out of whatever position it was when it really was. All right, and that is my Natalie Nunn reading, you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.